I have not talked about this much, and I'm probably not, simply because number one, I don't know what we don't know. So in order to assess what's going on in Ukraine and with Russia, you kind of have to know all of the things. We only know what our corrupt and compromised media is telling us around the clock. And I'm not saying what we see with our eyes is not true. So I'm gonna trust people like Terrell J. Starr, who's on the ground there every day, really literally running for his life from place to place, but also helping people because he's there. I trust him. He's going to at least record things that are happening and tell us what he is seeing. But everything else, I'm not sure. I know today our government got together, the U.S. Senate unanimously, that never happens, passed a resolution condemning Russia. This resolution was introduced by Lindsey Graham's Lady G, whatever you want to call them. And it was backed by both parties, encouraged the International Criminal Court in the Hague and other nations to target the Russian military and any investigation of war crimes. So they unanimously passed a resolution condemning Vladimir Putin as a war criminal. They can't agree. Wait, they can't agree to give us health care. They can't agree to pass an infrastructure bill. They can't agree on voting rights. But they agree on this. It's very fascinating. President Joe Biden, pledged another $800 million in aid. And we have now spent, America, the USA, $1 billion in aid to help Ukraine. $1 billion. What else should we be doing? 866-801-8255. I'll start with you. Wait, before we start with you, President Volodymyr Zelensky made a plea for help from all of the nations, and he was tugging particularly on America's heartstrings. So I'm going to play, of course, it's translated. Did he say this in English? I think he did say this in English. So we're going to play, because I saw the translation of the whole speech. Well, I'm going to play this part because I was like, he knows who he's talking to. Go ahead, please.
I'm addressing the President Biden. You are the leader of the nation, of your great nation. I wish you to be the leader of the world. Being the leader of the world means to be the leader of peace. Thank you. Slava Ukraine.
Glory to Ukraine.
All right. Now, in this speech, he brought up, I have a dream. He brought up 9/11. He went all the way there, this man. Theater, and you're in theater. So the thing I love about thespians, I love the thespians. In order to do what you do at a high level, you gotta be well read. You have to know things. You have to be able to retain. You like y'all. I do not, comedians and actors. I'm here with it. There's another level of things that you are. It's nothing frivolous. And I'm not talking about the reality TV show folk. I'm talking about Broadway theater, people who, comedians and actors, chef's kiss when you are at your top of the game. Some of the best, most brilliant minds that we've had in society. What are your thoughts on where we are right now?
Well, I want to say, I don't know if I said this last time, that, I have friends in Russia, and I had that little experience in Sudan of what it's like to live under sanctions. And so when you are under sanctions, your money has no meaning, your credit cards have no meaning. And then some of my friends last night were saying, and even if you can escape the country, they still have no meaning when you leave the country. So
as long as you have a Russian passport, you can't then cross into Poland, and
all your Russian stuff has no meaning. You are wiped of any financial anything. So this is a devastation on these people, the Russian people, besides the fact that they are just committing, genocide on the Ukrainian people. So this is two countries. And I like to read Umair Haque. He's a British economist, but I think he's a brown person. And he said, Putin doesn't care. And all of these, we're going to do this to you and you're a war criminal, and he doesn't care. So it's all this lip service. Right. And he mentioned a documentary called War Room that I've got to see, because they allowed some secret cameras in the Clinton administration to sit in on a war room demonstration of a possible World War III scenario. And essentially, Umar Haque said, we're there.
Oh, okay. So that's going to be on my list of watching tonight. And I have to find what outlet it's on. And as you're talking, I'm also thinking two things. First of all, Russian media propaganda, to the point where there was a lady that put a sign behind the main propagandist, no more war. She got snatched up. They went straight to commercial, dropped the feed immediately. People getting arrested on site if you look like you about to protest. So they are controlling the narrative. And what they're saying is that Ukraine is the Nazis. That's what they're piping in. So who wouldn't be against the Nazis? Even Russians are like, we don't like Nazis. Even the Russians don't want no parts to do with the Nazis.
And the Nazis killed 7 million Russians, in World War II.
So they know what the triggers are. So they're like, Ukraine, we have to go there and take care of them because they're Hitler. They're the Nazis. And if you don't have any control or outlets, unless you have a VPN, and the few people that do are trying to let people know, but you're getting snatched up immediately. They are arresting people. They are arresting thousands and thousands of people. So in addition to the sanctions where you can't get McDonald's and you can't use your credit card and you can't buy Apple and you can't buy this and you can't buy that, there's also this overwhelming disinformation campaign in Russia. But at the same time, I feel like America, like this unanimous decision vote in the Senate is cosplay, because there's no teeth. You voted to do what? Name him a war criminal? What does that do? Like, really, son?
You're a war criminal.
Yeah, I'm like, how does that change anything that's going on right now? Y'all on some bull crap. If you're gonna cosplay for some voting rights, cosplay for some police reform, cosplay for some food, for the housing. How about cosplaying for the homeless in this country, and cosplay to make sure our babies are being educated properly? I don't know what this is, Tonya Pinkins. I'm not sure, but it's interesting. So I'm just going to lay that out there. I don't know. Somebody wants to know my feelings. My feelings don't matter. My feelings do not matter in this, because I don't have enough information to be able to have an informed anything. And I don't have the background to talk intelligently about this. So I'm going to say less.
Well, I think that everybody's trying to deter World War III. I just don't think that they're necessarily going to succeed. And the one thing Umar says, and he sort of plays it out right now in his article, is that we probably can survive 5 or 10 rounds of nuclear weapons. Like,
what? Wait, pause. What? We who?
He's saying that the first kind of nuclear weapons that they drop aren't the ones that just wipe out whole cities. So he's like, humanity could probably survive 5 or 10 rounds of just the small nuclear weapons.
What humanity? Where are they starting? Are they starting in France?
Remember, we've used nuclear weapons. We used them on the Japanese.
Yes,
so
we have.
The beginning of nuclear weapons isn't going to be the ones that just wipe out the world.
Okay. But I'm saying, where are they starting? Because I'm in Jersey, which is real close to the epicenter of the financial world and universe, called New York. Do I need to move to Iowa? Like, real quick? Who's in Iowa? 866-801-8255. Because I guarantee you, Iowa is not on the list of places to bomb. I promise you, Iowa will not be on the list. So I love Iowa. Let me just say, I'm not dissing Iowa. I just don't think Iowa is on the list. Do I need to be in South Dakota, North Dakota? What, like, where do we need to go?